This little side table has been sitting in my shed for over a year. Let's take it out and get it ready for paint. Someone had given me this small little table because they had no idea what to do with it. The color is outdated, the style is outdated, but I can see something hiding underneath that finish. This table looks super retro to me, so we are going to go mid-mod style on this tiny little step table. I'm going to save the little metal side pieces as well as remove that original hardware and back plate, and I'm going to keep those gold feet as well. After a good clean with white lightning, I'm going to go underneath this table and I'm actually going to shore up the base and add a couple extra little brackets. Do you see that red wood on this piece? That red wood tells me we are going to need to use a bonding primer. This bonding primer also has a built-in stain blocker, which is perfect for red stain. Using Dixie Belle's Bonding Boss will ensure that my paint won't have any bleed through on this piece. 2 even coats and wait 24 hours before you begin to paint. I am going to use the gray primer for this project since I plan to paint this little side table bright pink. Yes, I said pink. And a gray primer is perfect for bright pinks, yellows, and reds. To apply my Bonding Boss, I like to use a smooth foam roller. This is going to minimize any brush strokes or lines on my piece before I begin to paint. If you do not have a roller and you want a smooth finish, you can also sand in between coats of Bonding Boss and sand before paint. So what's the color choice for today? Well, we are going to go bright, we are going to go bold, and I'm going to use a color called Peony. I like to dampen my smooth synthetic brush with a little bit of water in a misting bottle, and I like to lay down my base coat just enough to cover the entire surface. The second coat or the third coat is where you will build up the coverage that you need. I do find that when I use a smooth synthetic brush and I mist it with water when my chalk mineral paint is going onto my project, it gives me a very smooth finish. Even with my gray bonding primer, this project took 2 full even coats of paint. Just so you know, if you did not use that primer before you started to lay down this color, you could use up to 3 or more coats of paint to cover. I also updated the feet with a new fresh coat of gold spray paint so they would be shiny and new. I then very carefully painted around the edges. We are not going to stop here though. We still have to add in some detail. So I sat down and sketched out an atomic kitty. You know what an atomic kitty is? It is a very recognizable mid-century modern style cat that was used heavily in that time period for advertising. Using my artisan brushes and black caviar, I painted in the atomic kitty, leaving the eyes blank because I plan to add a little bit of bright color inside of there. I also painted in some diamonds to accent using my artisan brushes. The colors for the diamonds were Apricot and Mojave, both very mid-modern colors from that time period. I was going to use tape to add the diamonds, but I found that freehand painting was much easier. This way I could get the coverage I was looking for with my paint over top of the pink. At the last minute, I decided to add in some Moonshine Metallics in Gold Digger in the same shape as the back plate from the hardware. Reinstalling that original mid-modern style hardware that pretty much inspired this entire piece. Sealing up this little cutie with a couple coats of satin clear coat for shine. This little table went from being a freebie, discarded step table that really had no place in any current home to looking fantastic. I love the style of pink and that mid-mod kitty. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again next week.